Hello guys, today we'll be learning CSS media queries. When we say CSS media queries, they are CSS properties used to create a responsive web apps or websites. Example of when we talk about a responsive website, we are talking of you having your website up and running on desktop, also running on tablets, at the same time running on mobile phone. On some sites, it's not responsive on mobile phone. You can have a responsive site on desktop, but when you switch it to mobile phone, it's not responsive at all. Some of the pages are hiding or some of the items are hiding. So that is what we will be doing today. And this course is separate from my HTML course, but you can watch this video to get an understanding of how CSS works and also how responsive media queries work with your web pages and how you can implement them. So let's get started. So we will create our index.html file and we'll go inside the index.html. Let's change the title to responsive designs. So what we are going to make is a responsive design. If you are taking this course, it's the same as the HTML that I've started, but this is not the episode 2. I'll bring the episode 2 later, but this is more of media queries. So let's create a division. Let's give it a class of let's give it a class of homepage. So we are creating a division and we are giving a class of homepage. This homepage is going to contain all our the layout. We are creating a basic homepage here to show how media queries work. After this video, you will be able to understand how media queries work. So we have our main element and we have div class inside our main element. In the main element, you also have a class of, let's create class of cars. In the class of cars, let's create another cars, another card within our cars division. Yeah, so let's create another div. So let's give that one a class of card. Okay, let's copy that and create another card. Let's continue on to, let's paste it. Okay, so we now have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 cars. We have 3 cars on our web page. So basically, you say what are cars? Cars are used to display content. Let's assume you visit an e-commerce site. All the items are arranged on cars. How the items are being categorized on sessions, that is a kind of concept that we are trying to implement here. So after this video, you'll be able to understand what are the cars. So we have our H1 element, which is hello world. And also let's continue to create content on our card. So the price, okay, let's make the price list. So we have our H3 inside a card of the price list, and we are also adding a paragraph, a description to the card. As this card contains all the informations, all the information of the new goods. Yes. Okay, so now let's copy this content. All our cards will contain the same content, so let's copy, paste. Let's go to the next one and paste. Let's go to the next one and paste. Okay, now we have one big div that is class, that is a class of cars, and we have 3 cars inside. So let's create our index.css. So in this video, we are linking our CSS. So we are creating external CSS to it. So our CSS file is done. Okay, so our class is homepage. home page. So let's go to our CSS and write our CSS for the home page. Okay, so let's create a background color of okay, let's use aqua to see whether our CSS is working. Okay, let's go to, okay, let's check. Okay, let's import our CSS. We are calling our CSS file inside our index.html. So okay, our file is there. Let's select it, index.css. Yes, let's select our file. Okay, let's go and check whether our work is running, it's up and running. Okay, this is what we've done so far. So this is what we've done so far. So we are building a basic web page and use the responsive layout for it. Let me try to find some images from Pixabay so that we can insert it on our homepage. Okay, let me go to my images on desktop. I think I have some images there. That will be better. Okay, let me go check that one. Okay, so downloads, I have some images. So you can also find some image and insert it inside the folder that you are working in. Make sure it's in the directory that you are working in. Okay, let me check this one, mobile one. Let me check this if it's, oh no, I'll not use this one. Okay, let me go and find another one. Let me check. Okay, let me check this capture too. Okay, this is actually my logo, my YouTube logo. So let's try to insert this image. Let's insert this image. So let me copy the image and send it inside the CSS. Yeah. So let's bring the image inside here. So now our image capture.png is inside. So let's apply the background image to our home page. The hello world. Let's add background image to it. So we have a linear gradient. This linear gradient with the RGBA property will give our image a kind of overlay. So you'll be seeing the image blurry kind. Yeah. So once we finish, you'll see how it's going to work. So let's give it another one, RGBA. Let's give the same CSS code 0.8. Then let's add our image URL. Our image URL is going to be the capture capture.png. Okay, so let's go and check if it's actually working. Yeah, it's working. Wait, we are going to make it nice. It's actually working. Yes. Let's give it some properties, background size, cover, and also let's give it a background repeat. Let's select no repeat. We don't want the image to be repeated multiple times, so let's give it a height of 400. Okay, let's give it a height of 400 and see whether our image will fit. Okay, a weight of 100%. So let's go and check. Good. So you can now see our image. Our image is there, and the weight is 100%. You can see that the page overflows. It doesn't mean that the page overflows outside, but it's due to the recording that I didn't check the size of the screen That is why you are seeing the image being overflowed. So let's continue on to style our home page. So let's go to index.html and also select another. Okay, we have h1. We have our h1. So let's start the h1. The home page. Inside the home page class, there is an h1. So if you don't understand this whole concept of this CSS, you wait. I'll continue on with the HTML course. I'll teach CSS inside it, so you don't worry. This is just for those who want to learn media queries. But you can watch and get understanding of it, so that when we start teaching CSS, you will not have any problem with it. So we are selecting our h1 class, that is hello world, to apply a style to it. So let's display our h1 flex, and let's align it center and justify content center. So it's kind of let's add white color. It's not visible, so let's make it white for it to be visible. Okay, it's now visible. Oh, our hello world is still not in the center. Okay, let's see what we can do to make it. Okay, then this is what we have to do. We have to copy the entire CSS and paste it inside the homepage class. That one will be able to align our image center, our hello world center, instead of applying this CSS to the h1. So let's try that. And see if it's going to work for us. Then we will delete this homepage h1 selector class. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. You see, it's now working. So let's delete this class. Okay, it's not necessary, so we just deleted the class. So now let's move to our cars. So after styling it, you get a concept of cars, how we arrange content on cars in a web pages or in a web apps. So let's move on. You see, we have a class of cars that contain card. So individual card. We have cars. We have card in the cars class. Yes. So let's select the cars class and start that one. Now if you check the contents, they are arranged in column. We don't need that. We want to align them well, so let's arrange them on a row instead of columns. So let's write our CSS property. So display flex will align our items in the row. By default, it will go for a row, but if you specify for a column, it will arrange it in a column. So we'll continue with that in the media queries. Now let's start the card too. We are done with the cars class. Let's start the card class too. I'll give it a background color of brown. So let's give it a text color white. So the background color is brown and the text color is white. Okay, this is how our cars look like. You see the price list. The price list is not supposed to be here. The price list is supposed to be on top of this card contains the information of goods. So let's give it a flex direction column. So flex direction of column. So you see how it's now working. So now we are applying a direction to our cars, the content in the car. So flex direction column will actually do this for us. So We can apply height to our cars. Yeah, let's get a height of 300 pixel and a margin of 10 px. The margin applies spaces to the cars. You see there are spaces. Don't worry if you don't get what I'm teaching currently. I'm going to teach CSS, so don't worry if you are not getting the whole concept. I'll teach CSS. So this video is for those who want to learn media queries. So you can watch and get the overview of it by I'm going to upload CSS video for you to get a whole idea of CSS. So you can now see how our class has been styled. Yes, so if this is a real website, this our the price list or something will be images and some content, this kind of stuff. And that one, we are not going to use these hard colors, that brown, and you see it's not nice. So as we are going on, we will start doing we will start using nice colors, so you don't worry. All right, let's continue. We are going to start using our media queries to see the responsiveness of our site. We are going to make the website responsive. Oh, sorry, where am I commenting this? Oh, okay. So let's copy the cars class. That is where we can apply the CSS media. The concept of media queries is you have a particular style on a desktop that you want to change it on mobile phone. You see, now if you check the cars, it's not looking nice on mobile phone. So what can we do to make it look nice? We can arrange the content in such a way that it will go in a column direction, not in a row direction, because the phone screens are small. So let's specify that from the max weight. When we say max weight, meaning the maximum, it shouldn't go beyond that. So if you have zero pixel, we measure a computer screen, mobile screen, then all the devices screen in pixel. So when we have 670 pixel, like from 0 to 600, every device that falls from 0 to 670 pixel should get this kind of styling. That is what media queries is about. You should get a kind of styling. So all device that falls from 671 upwards will not see this CSS. This CSS will not be applied to it. So if you have a device that is 671 upwards, this CSS will not be applied to it. So that is the idea of media query. That is all about media query. So you see what is happening now. After we applying the media query, you see what's happening now. So now we say our website is responsive. You see our website is responsive and it's looked good. Everything is nice. So let's say that on mobile phone, we don't want to show the hello world. On mobile phone, we don't want to show the hello world. So that will be our next media query that we'll write. On mobile devices, we want to hide the hello world. So what is the name of the hello world? How can we select the hello world? Let's go and select the hello world class and hide it on mobile devices. So let's go back to our course and do that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we copy the homepage class. Let's paste the homepage class. In the homepage, if we want to select the H1, we need to specify with a greater than H1. Sorry, I said H1, HI. So H1. Now let's display the H1 none. Good. So let's go and check our page. Bam, it's gone. So on mobile device, we don't have H1. It doesn't mean we don't have H1 element, but on mobile, we don't have it. When we go to desktop, since desktop is having a greater pixel, we're still seeing H1 here. We're seeing the hello world. But if we go to smaller devices, we are not going to see H1.